Thank you. Yeah, well, the universal Zoom greeting. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for having me. My idea, it's up there on the screen. I think we need to completely rethink the purpose, function, design, and character of the public right-of-way. In most cities, the right-of-way takes up anywhere from 30 to 40% of the land area. So that means the right-of-way is actually the largest piece of publicly owned land in a city. And for most cities and most citizens and visitors, the street is that's the city they see. That's the city they understand. And in most cities, this incredibly important piece of land is given over primarily to private vehicles. And so in general, these right-of-ways, our primary public realm, are not particularly good for the majority of the people. They're noisy, they're unsafe, filled with exhaust fumes. They exacerbate the urban heat island effect. They exacerbate social isolation. They add to stormwater runoff, including serious pollution issues. And to add insult to injury, in many cities, the traffic is so snarled that the cars often move more slowly than other alternatives, like, say, riding a bike. So they don't even function particularly well. And this is not really a design question, because if you look at a right-of-way in any typical city, pretty much everything you see has been designed by somebody. The challenge here is it's about the purpose. And the primary purpose in most cities is to simply move cars quickly. And that's antithetical to the broader needs of the citizenry. It's antithetical to the characteristics of the city as a whole. And it's absolutely antithetical to the qualities you're trying to create in the 15-minute city. Now, within a city, there are really two dominant realms. There's the public realm and the private realm. Private realm, the city has some influence over. You have zoning regulations, land development codes, et cetera. That takes a long time to begin to implement. There's also infrastructure, which the city typically has some control over. But as we all know, infrastructure takes a long time to create. I think absolutely fundamental to the 15-minute city is the idea of public transport. But designing and building a public transport system can take decades. So that leads the public realm, this right-of-way, and that is completely within the control of the municipalities. One of the silver linings I think we've all seen from the COVID epidemic is how quickly cities were able to transform these right-of-ways, transform their public realm. You know, the streeteries, the cycleways, the play streets, the expanded pedestrian facilities, they were all built very, very rapidly. So this transformation is something that every city has an opportunity to begin to implement almost immediately. And in the case of all these temporary COVID-based facilities, many cities are now asking that they become permanent. So COVID didn't create this way of thinking, but it allowed us to accelerate this transformation that Carlos and others are trying to create, the idea of the 15-minute city. So
thank you very much, James.